Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I was going to talk to you a little bit about genetics and how we think that our genes determine our destiny, our genes determine whether we get sick or not, our genes determine whether we're healthy or not. And so to an extent that's true, but it's not set in stone, and here's what I mean. Why is it that someone who gets cancer at a certain age? Because if it's genetic, they would be born with cancer. Does that make sense? Think about that. Look at my skin color, right? Well, is it possible that suddenly when I turn 50, I'll turn like pale white? Is that possible? No, well, because genetically this is how I am. So I was born like this, and I'm going to stay like this. So someone who's Asian suddenly, when they turn 33, they're not going to all of a sudden become Hispanic. That's genetic. Someone who's got blue eye color isn't going to suddenly wake up one day and have black eyes or brown eyes. It's not going to happen, because genetically that's what they are. And genetically, if someone has Down syndrome, that probably isn't going to change. But they were born with it. They had it from the beginning. Now, it's true that eye color might change. Like if an infant might have a different eye color than like a toddler, the same toddler, like as they get a little older. But once they're a couple of years old, 2-3 years old, their eye color doesn't change anymore. Their hair color doesn't change anymore. Like my oldest son had like red hair when he was born, and then gradually it turned brown. But now it's not going to change anymore. That's genetic. That's going to stay like that. But why is cancer different? Why is heart disease different? We blame so much on genes. Think about that. So I see patients in my office go, I have high cholesterol, but that's genetic. But they don't even know what cholesterol is. What is cholesterol? You know what it is? It's a chemical, right? It's a chemical. It's a type of fat in your body. It's produced by your liver. Your liver makes it because it's used to repair your cells, your tissues. So if I get a really big bruise, like on my thigh, I get a huge bruise, my cholesterol is going to go up, because my brain will tell my liver to produce more cholesterol because we need to repair all the damaged cells of that bruise. So is high cholesterol really genetic? No, you're genetically programmed with certain things. Did you know that they recently discovered the gene for hangovers? Yeah, they found out that there's a gene that everyone has, most people have, some people don't get hangovers, but there's a gene that most people have, that when they drink too much, they get a hangover. So believe it or not, I think I actually have that gene, because I have had a hangover in the past. Don't tell anyone. But it's true, and you might have had one too, so that means you have that gene, and so do I. But think about this: do we always have a hangover, like all day and all night? Were we born with a hangover and we live with a hangover because genetically we're hungover? That's not true. That gene gets activated, it gets turned on, and believe it or not, it's off when you don't drink too much. Same with all the diseases. Yeah, we may have susceptibility to breast cancer and prostate cancer and ovarian cancer and liver cancer. Those are programmed in our genes, yeah. But if we weren't born with it, then there's a chance we won't get it. And how do we know we don't get it? Is we don't create environmental toxins in our body. Do you know how they do research in the laboratory? Go on the NIH website, the National Cancer Institute, I think it's called, website, and find out how they do the research. They take rats, these mice, they inbreed them so they all have the same genes. So first off, inbreeding, is that healthy or not? I mean, you make the decision yourself. They inbreed all the rats, and then they inject them with cancer cells. Or some of them they inject with other toxins, poison that creates cancer. Some of them they radiate. Some of them they put chemotherapy into their bodies to cause their bodies to have cancer. Then when they develop the cancer, these poor rats, then they start to study their genes to find out why they got cancer. I can tell you why they got cancer. It's because they got cancer injected into them. It's because they got inbred, radiated, toxified, tortured. Poor things. So they give them cancer, then they study their genes. It doesn't make sense. I think the environment is what turns on and off our genes. That's a field called epigenetics, meaning outside of your genes. We actually have, in our DNA, we have proteins that wrap around, and those proteins move. They cover up certain genes, uncover certain genes. Those genes lead to things that happen in your cells. Epigenetics, look it up. You're not imprisoned by your genes. Take care.